Ever wish your doctor could spend less time on paperwork and more time, actually focusing on you?
Yeah.
Well, that's the promise of AI Scribes, and we're diving deep into their world today.
Okay.
We've got this fascinating Forbes article by Dr. Spencer Dorn.
Mm-hmm.
It really paints a vivid picture of this whole game-changing technology.
It's not just some futuristic dream anymore.
Right.
AI scribes are already making waves in healthcare.
Yeah, and whether you're like a hardcore tech enthusiast or just curious about the future of healthcare,
Yeah.
this deep dive will give you a clear understanding of what AI Scribes are,
Right.
how they work, and why you should care.
We'll uncover the challenges that led to the rise of AI scribes.
Okay.
And explore what their growing presence means for both doctors and patients.
So let's start with the elephant in the exam room,
Mm-hmm.
paperwork.
Yeah.
We've all experienced that awkward silence while our doctor types away on their computer.
Right.
But it turns out it's not just an annoyance for patients.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's a major issue for doctors, too.
Yeah. Doctors are drowning in paperwork.
Really?
Studies show they spend an average of 2.3 hours on documentation for every 8 hours of patient care.
So almost a third of their time.
That's nearly a third of their time.
That's a staggering amount of time.
It is.
Spent on admin work.
Right.
No wonder physician burnout is such a big problem.
Exactly. And that's where AI scribes come in.
Okay.
They're designed to take over that tedious task of note-taking, allowing doctors to spend more time actually interacting with patients.
So how do these AI scribes actually work?
Yeah.
Are they just recording the conversation?
They're much more than just recorders.
Okay.
AI scribes utilize a technology called automated speech recognition to listen in on doctor-patient conversations.
Okay.
And then use something called large language models to generate clinical notes.
Okay, break that down for me a little bit.
Okay.
What are large language models?
Yeah.
And how are they different from, say, just recording the conversation?
Think of it like this. Imagine having like a super smart medical student in the room who can understand complex medical terminology and instantly translate it into concise, accurate notes.
So that's essentially what a large language model does.
That's essentially what a large language model does for an AI scribe.
Okay.
They're trained on massive amounts of medical data,
Wow.
allowing them to understand the nuances of clinical language and generate comprehensive notes that capture the essence of the conversation.
So they're not just spitting out a word-for-word transcript.
Yeah.
They're actually understanding the context and meaning of what's being said.
Precisely.
Okay.
And they're designed to integrate seamlessly with electronic health records.
EHRs.
Or EHRs.
Yeah.
Which are the backbone of modern healthcare systems.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So instead of the doctor having to manually enter notes into the EHR,
Right.
the AI scribe does it automatically.
Exactly.
Saving them a ton of time and effort.
Studies have shown that using AI scribes can reduce physician burnout by up to 25%.
Wow, that's significant.
Leading to happier, healthier doctors and ultimately better care for patients.
Absolutely.
But here's what I find truly fascinating.
Okay.
AI scribes aren't just stopping at note-taking. They're evolving into much more comprehensive platforms.
Okay.
Almost like ambient intelligence for healthcare.
Intriguing. What does that even look like in practice?
Yeah.
How are they going beyond simple transcription?
Imagine a scenario where an AI scribe can not only transcribe the conversation, but also analyze the information and pull out key insights.
So if a doctor is discussing a patient's symptoms,
Right.
the AI could potentially flag relevant information from the patient's medical history.
You're getting it.
Okay.
And it goes even further.
Oh.
Some AI scribes are being developed to generate orders for tests and referrals.
Okay.
Recommend billing and diagnostic codes.
Wow.
And even create easy-to-understand summaries for patients in multiple languages.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're becoming less like digital assistants
Right.
and more like collaborative partners in the healthcare process.
That's a great way to put it.
Wow.
And this is just the beginning.
Really?
As AI technology continues to advance,
Yeah.
we can expect to see even more innovative applications of AI scribes in the future.
It's really exciting.
It is.
But I have to admit, it also makes me wonder about the potential impact on the doctor-patient relationship.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely need to dive into that later.
Yeah.
But first, I'm curious about the AI scribe market itself. What does the landscape look like?
It's a booming market
Okay.
with over 50 different AI scribe products currently available.
Wow, that's a lot of options.
It is.
So how do they all stack up against each other? What are the key differentiators?
Well, accuracy is paramount, of course.
Oh, right.
Some scribes are more accurate than others.
Right.
And avoiding what we call hallucinations is crucial.
Hallucinations.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit unsettling when we're talking about healthcare.
It can be.
What exactly does that mean?
A hallucination in AI is when the system generates incorrect or fabricated information,
Okay.
even if it sounds plausible.
Oh, wow.
For instance, an AI scribe might incorrectly document a patient's allergy based on a misinterpretation of the conversation.
Right, right.
Obviously, that could have serious consequences.
Yeah, of course.
So developers are constantly working on improving accuracy and minimizing these hallucinations.
Yeah, accuracy is definitely non-negotiable when it comes to patient care.
Absolutely.
What other factors differentiate these AI scribes?
Specialization is another important factor.
Okay.
Some are designed for specific medical specialties like cardiology or orthopedics, while others are more general purpose.
Gotcha.
We're also seeing scribes tailored for different healthcare settings,
Okay.
like emergency rooms versus private practices.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution? Doctors need to choose an AI scribe that aligns with their specific needs and workflow.
Absolutely.
And usability and seamless integration with existing EHR systems are major considerations as well.
Right.
Okay, so we've got all these different players vying for a piece of the AI scribe pie. What are some of the bigger trends shaping the market?
Well, it seems to be dividing into two distinct segments.
Okay.
Small practices and large health systems.
Okay.
In the world of small practices, it's a bit of a Wild West.
A Wild West.
Yeah, you've got all these vendors targeting small practices with products tailored to their unique needs.
Right.
Many are even offering free versions as part of larger bundles.
Oh, wow.
So that market is likely to remain fragmented for a while.
So lots of competition and innovation in that space.
Definitely.
What about the large health systems? Are things shaking out differently there?
Definitely.
Okay.
For large health systems, the stakes are much higher.
Right.
They're looking for AI scribes that can seamlessly integrate with their enterprise EHRs.
And meet stringent compliance and security requirements.
So not just any AI scribe can play in that league.
Right.
It takes a certain level of sophistication and security to handle the demands of a large healthcare system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's leading to some consolidation in that market,
Okay.
with a few key players emerging who are really well positioned to dominate.
Okay.
And you can't talk about AI scribes without talking about the EHR vendors themselves.
Right.
They're playing a huge role in shaping this market.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
After all, the EHR is the central hub for all patient data. Integrating AI scribes into that ecosystem is crucial for their success.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing some major EHR players like Epic, MedTech, and Athena Health forming strategic partnerships with specific AI scribe vendors.
So those partnerships could give certain vendors a significant advantage in the market.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
But it's also important to consider the information blocking rules
That were put in place to prevent EHR vendors from unfairly favoring certain partners.
So there's a bit of a balancing act going on here.
Right.
But how are those rules actually being interpreted when it comes to AI scribes?
Right.
And their integration with EHRs?
Well, that's where things get a little murky.
Okay.
The rules were primarily designed to ensure patients have equal access to their data.
Right.
However, there's debate about whether they also apply to the right functionality of AI scribes.
Right functionality.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means?
Essentially, it's the ability of the AI scribe to actually enter information into the EHR.
Okay.
Some argue that restricting this functionality could stifle innovation and slow down the adoption of AI scribes.
So it's a complex issue
It is.
with potentially significant implications for the future of AI scribes.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
Yeah.
But zooming out a bit, what does the future hold for AI scribes? Are they here to stay?
I firmly believe AI scribes are here to stay.
In fact, I envision them becoming so deeply integrated with EHR that they'll eventually just be a standard feature,
Okay.
almost like the spell check function in a word processor.
So in a few years, we might not even be talking about AI scribes as a separate technology.
Right.
They'll just be a seamless part of the healthcare landscape.
Exactly.
Wow.
And with major tech companies like Amazon Web Services and even the EHR vendors themselves jumping into the game,
Yeah.
we can expect even more innovation and evolution in this space.
Okay.
We're going to see these AI scribes becoming increasingly sophisticated and capable.
It sounds like the future of healthcare is going to be pretty intertwined with AI.
It seems that way.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
I think it would be helpful to take a step back.
Okay.
And reflect on the potential impact of these advancements on the human element of healthcare.
Right.
Especially the doctor-patient relationship.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's a crucial aspect of this conversation.
And it's something we need to carefully consider
Yeah.
as we integrate these technologies into our healthcare system.
Absolutely. We were just talking about AI potentially becoming so commonplace in healthcare.
Right.
That we won't even think about it as a separate thing anymore.
It's fascinating to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, the integration of AI into healthcare is moving at an incredible pace.
It really is.
But before we get too lost in the tech,
Yeah.
let's bring it back to the human element for a moment.
Okay.
How do you see AI scribes affecting the doctor-patient relationship?
It's a complex question with no easy answers.
Yeah.
I believe AI has the potential to both enhance and challenge this crucial relationship.
I can see that.
Yeah.
On the one hand, if doctors aren't bogged down with documentation,
Right.
they can be more present and attentive during patient visits.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
Less time staring at a screen means more time making eye contact, listening actively, and engaging in meaningful conversations with patients.
That definitely sounds like a positive shift.
It is.
But what are the potential challenges you mentioned?
Well, there's the risk of over-reliance on technology.
Okay.
If doctors become too dependent on AI to handle all communication and decision-making,
Right.
it could create a sense of detachment in the exam room.
So patients might feel like they're talking to a computer rather than a human being
Exact.
who truly understands their concerns.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that could erode trust and rapport,
It could.
which are essential for effective healthcare.
Absolutely.
It's crucial to remember that AI should be a tool to augment the doctor's expertise and compassion,
Right.
not replace them.
Absolutely.
That's a really important point.
It is.
We don't want to lose the human connection at the heart of healthcare.
Right?
So how do we strike that balance?
Yeah.
How can we use AI to enhance the doctor-patient relationship
Right.
rather than detract from it?
I think it starts with education and training.
Oh.
Doctors need to be trained not only on how to use AI scribes effectively, but also on how to integrate them into their practice in a way that preserves the human element of care.
It sounds like it's not just about the technology itself,
Right.
but about the human factors surrounding its implementation.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
It's about finding ways to use AI to enhance communication and understanding, not to create barriers between doctors and patients.
Okay, so let's paint a picture of what this might look like in a typical doctor's appointment.
Okay.
A patient comes in for a checkup.
Right.
What role does the AI scribe play in this scenario?
Well, picture this.
Okay.
The doctor walks into the exam room, greets the patient warmly, and they start chatting, just as they normally would.
Okay.
The AI scribe is unobtrusively capturing the conversation in the background,
Right.
using its advanced speech recognition capabilities to transcribe everything that's being said.
So it's like having an invisible note taker in the room, freeing up the doctor to fully focus on the patient.
Exactly.
And remember, the AI scribe isn't just passively recording the conversation.
No.
It's using its large language model to understand the medical context,
Right?
identify key clinical information, and even flag potential issues that the doctor might want to address.
Exactly.
That's incredible. So while the doctor is listening to the patient,
Right.
the AI is simultaneously analyzing the conversation
Yeah.
and providing valuable insights in real time.
Precisely.
Wow.
Let's say the patient mentions a new symptom.
Okay.
The AI scribe could instantly pull up relevant information
Right.
from the patient's medical history, recent lab results,
Mm-hmm.
or even the latest research on that particular symptom.
That sounds incredibly efficient.
It is.
It's like having a superpowered medical librarian at your fingertips.
And it doesn't stop there.
Oh,
As the conversation progresses,
yeah.
the AI scribe could also suggest potential diagnoses
Okay.
or recommend additional tests to rule out certain conditions.
So it's not just about documentation anymore.
Nope.
The AI scribe is becoming a proactive partner
Right.
in the diagnostic process, helping the doctor make informed decisions.
You're absolutely right.
Wow.
And by handling these tasks,
Yeah.
the AI frees up the doctor to focus on the things that only a human can do,
Okay.
providing empathy, building trust, and making complex judgments based on their clinical experience and intuition.
That's a really compelling vision of how AI can enhance healthcare.
It is.
But I'm also curious about the practical side of things.
Okay.
Let's say the doctor decides to order a blood test.
Right.
Or refer the patient to a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work with the AI scribe?
Well, that's where the seamless integration with the EHR comes in.
Okay.
As the doctor makes those decisions,
Mm-hmm.
the AI scribe can automatically generate the necessary orders or referrals,
Okay.
directly populating the patient's electronic medical record.
So no more scrambling for paper forms?
No.
Or spending precious minutes navigating through complicated EHR menus.
Right.
It's all streamlined and automated.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. And remember those features we discussed earlier. The
Yeah.
ability to generate billing codes, patient summaries, and even translate information into different languages.
Right.
Those all come into play here as well.
It sounds like AI scribes have the potential to make healthcare not only more efficient, but also more equitable and accessible.
That's the goal, and I believe it's within reach. But we have to be mindful of the potential pitfalls.
Right.
And ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. And that brings us back to the importance of ongoing dialogue
Right.
and thoughtful implementation.
Yeah.
We need to keep asking tough questions and exploring the potential impact of AI on all aspects of healthcare,
Absolutely.
not just the technical side.
I couldn't agree more.
Well said.
Yeah.
We've talked about the incredible potential of AI scribes to transform healthcare. Right.
But like any new technology,
Mm,
there are also challenges and concerns that need to be addressed.
that's right.
Let's delve into some of those challenges now
Okay.
and explore what's being done to mitigate them. We've talked a lot about the potential upsides of AI scribes, but like any powerful technology,
Right.
there are always challenges to consider.
Yeah, one of the biggest concerns in my view is the potential for AI scribes to exacerbate existing health disparities.
That's a huge concern.
It is.
We wouldn't want AI to unintentionally create a two-tiered healthcare system.
Exactly. Imagine a scenario where AI scribes are primarily trained on data
Okay.
from patients with certain demographics or socioeconomic backgrounds.
Right. So the AI might miss crucial nuances.
Yeah,
Or make inaccurate assumptions when interacting with patients from different backgrounds.
precisely. It's essential that these AI systems are trained on diverse data sets
Okay.
that represent the full spectrum of patients and medical conditions.
So we really need to ensure that AI is a force for equity in healthcare. Absolutely.
Not a source of further division.
Right. And another challenge we need to address head on is data privacy and security.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It is.
AI scribes are collecting incredibly sensitive patient information,
Right.
and we need to be incredibly vigilant about protecting that data.
Yeah, we've all heard those horror stories about data breaches and cyber attacks.
Right, it's unsettling to think about that happening with our medical records.
It's a valid concern, and it's something we can't afford to take lightly.
Yeah.
The healthcare industry is a prime target for cyber criminals.
Right.
And the rise of AI only adds another layer of complexity.
So what steps can be taken to ensure the security and privacy of patient data when using AI scribes?
Well, for starters, we need to adopt robust encryption and security protocols
Okay.
throughout the entire AI ecosystem.
So it's not just about securing the AI scribe software itself,
Right.
but also protecting the data as it's being transmitted, stored, and accessed.
Exactly. It's about creating a secure chain of custody for that data. At every stage, and it's not just a one-time fix.
Right.
We need ongoing monitoring and adaptation
Okay.
to stay ahead of evolving cyber threats.
It sounds like a constant arms race against those trying to exploit vulnerabilities.
It is, to some extent.
Yeah.
But the good news is that the cybersecurity industry is constantly innovating
Okay.
and developing new tools and techniques to protect sensitive data.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
But beyond the technical aspects of data security,
Right.
there's also the issue of responsible use of that data.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. We need clear guidelines and regulations
Okay.
surrounding how this data can be used, shared, and anonymized.
So patients need to have confidence that their medical information is being handled ethically and responsibly.
Exactly. It's about building trust and transparency into the system.
Right.
And speaking of trust and transparency,
Yeah.
we also need to be upfront about the limitations of AI scribes.
Okay.
They're powerful tools, but they're not a silver bullet.
Right.
They can make mistakes, and they can't replace the expertise and judgment of a human doctor.
It's important to remember that AI scribes are meant to augment, not replace, the doctor-patient relationship.
Precisely. And that brings us to another challenge.
Okay.
Cost and accessibility.
Right.
Right now, AI scribes are primarily being adopted
Yeah.
by larger healthcare systems that have the resources to invest in this technology.
So there's a risk that smaller practices and rural communities could be left behind in this AI revolution.
It's a legitimate concern. We need to find ways to make AI scribes more affordable and accessible
Right.
to all healthcare providers, regardless of their size or location.
Yeah, otherwise we risk widening the digital divide in healthcare.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like there are both opportunities and challenges ahead
There are.
as we navigate the integration of AI into healthcare.
Absolutely. It's a complex and rapidly evolving landscape.
Yeah.
But I'm optimistic that we can harness the power of AI to create a more efficient, equitable, and patient-centered healthcare system.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the nitty-gritty of how AI scribes work
Right.
to the broader implications for the future of healthcare.
Yeah.
What are some key takeaways you hope listeners will walk away with?
First and foremost, I hope listeners understand that AI scribes are not just a futuristic concept.
Right.
They're already here and making a real difference in the lives of doctors and patients.
They're not just a gimmick or a passing fad.
Nope.
They have the potential to fundamentally reshape how we deliver and experience healthcare.
Exactly. And it's crucial that we approach this transformation with a thoughtful and balanced perspective,
Yeah.
acknowledging both the exciting possibilities and the potential pitfalls.
We need to be informed and engaged participants in this conversation.
Absolutely.
Asking tough questions and advocating for a future where AI is used ethically and responsibly
Yes.
to improve the health and well-being of all.
Well said.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI
It
scribes.
was my pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and engaging.
I hope so too.
Until next time, stay curious and stay well.